Hey you guys, so I'm back again with another message from the Lord. God reminded me of this through another video of what he had told me yesterday. And if a ministry have a high turnover rate, then that is a problem. And God, with me, my majors are in business, right? I went to school for business. That's my majors. And so when we learn about high turnover rates in business, we know that's an alarm or something's going on within the company that is an issue that need to be fixed, that's causing to have high turnover rates in employees, whether that's bad management, whether that's not being properly trained, whether the employees don't feel valued or heard, and they don't have employee satisfaction. Those type of things can lead to high turnover rates, especially if you have a bad management team that always try to oppress the employees and don't value their employees. You're definitely going to have a high turnover rate. Also, when you don't pay them what they're worth, you're going to have a high turnover rate. So God was giving me this example and this analogy even when it comes to the church. If a church have a very, very high turnover rate of members, something's wrong. If a church have a very, very high turnover rate of members and people that are serving on these different committees and things of that nature, it's because something is wrong with the leadership, right? And like I said, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Um, Now, yes, you are going to have members that will come and try to challenge, or people that's going to come and try to challenge and then they're going to leave. But if you constantly are having a high turnover rate, a very, very high turnover rate, there's something wrong within that ministry. Whether you might have a witch operating in that ministry, some type of spirit operating in that ministry, controlling spirit, manipulation spirit, something is going on within that ministry, to where it's the high turnover rate. Whether it is a thing where people are being used and being a slave pretty much, to a ministry. I'm the type where I believe that people should be paid for their services, especially if they are dedicating so much time and effort to a particular ministry. And these people have to eat too. They have to live. Pay them something for their time. A lot of people feel like people should do things for free and they should do things for the kingdom of God. But God also told Peter to take care of his sheep 3 times, right? And so if you're seeing these people that's coming that are very due diligent, they are coming in your church, um, whether they're on the hospitality committee, making sure the church and stuff stay clean, um, whatever community they're serving, and they're doing it well, and you see these people struggling, pay these people for their time. And it's like in certain ministries, they are taking advantage of the people of the church, and they're lining their pockets and they're getting richer and richer, and the people that are actually the backbone of the church, that's holding up the church, which are some like really good members, they are struggling. That's not how God intended it, and that's why a lot of people have strayed away from going to church or being a part of a ministry, and that's not of God, right? Especially if some of these people are doing some things for the church and y'all are running the church like a business. Y'all need to pay these people for their time. And so, um, God is saying that these people have like a very high turnover rate. It's something going on within the ministry. Um, just like a business, if they have people have like a very, very high turnover rate, something is going on within that business. And so, I saw this video just not too long ago. I saved it. I'm gonna stitch it, so y'all can watch it. But this is very true. A lot of people have been dealing with this within ministry, and they still are. I was one of the people to where I was in ministry and I had to go to do certain type of things. I was writing grants and stuff for the church. And the church was mishandling the money, taking the money and using the money for, the leaders of the church was taking the money and using it for personal reasons instead of using it for what I was writing the grants for. And I got highly upset and I stopped writing the grants because that's not of God. That's not right. And God does not take those things lightly, because you're basically stealing from the church, right? And so we have those type of things that happen. And then you're wondering why, some ministers are wondering why you got a high turnover rate. Well, you're not doing right. You're not doing right by your members. You're not doing right by God. And so if a church is constantly having a high turnover rate, that might be a red flag. That might be God trying to sound the alarm and let you know that might be somewhere you don't need to be at. But I'm gonna stitch this video, and it because this man of God is speaking facts, and I want you to listen to it. But I love you guys. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will chat with you all later.
You having a desire to serve, that's a beautiful thing. I have a desire to serve. I don't want to be exploited. I don't want you to take my desire to serve and turn me into a modern day slave of your church and then throw Jesus glitter jargon all over it. Come every weekend with your fresh yes. You about to get this fresh no. About to get a really fresh, sizzling no from me. Are you going to do my admin stuff? Are you going to come back with the admin? No, I'm not going to be able to do that. Oh my God. Will you be helping us with the? No, I won't be able to do. Oh my God, what's going on? I will continue to give God my yes. You're gonna start getting my no's. I just got married. I'm going home. We're going to brunch. We get here before the church service begins, and we don't leave until the parking lot's empty, and we miss brunch. We're going to brunch. I'm going to Cheesecake Factory before they stop selling the Belgian waffle.
You're so refreshing, Tim. I'm so grateful for you.
I love you, girl. I get really defensive and overprotective. That's my apostolic nature. I don't like to see people being taken advantage of. Again, your pastors, I know they're good people. They're just running antiquated plays.
No.
And their turnover rate in their volunteer department, I know you're not the only one.
No.
You're just the latest one.